Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the wonderful world of Volvo, our new destination for all things Volvo, located right here in our home city of Gothenburg. My name is Jim Rowan, and I'm the CEO for Volvo Cars, and today it's a celebration of all things 90. This event marks the beginning of a new era for our company as the EX90 hits the road. And today, together, we will unveil the new XC90, our hybrid flagship SUV. Now, our long-term strategy is full electrification, and that remains our North Star. The new EX90 is our spearhead towards that target. A fully electric SUV that can deliver up to 600 kilometers of tailpipe emission-free mobility for 7 people. The EX90 embodies our future. It is the most advanced Volvo car that we have ever made. And it's emblematic of Volvo Car's status as the first legacy car maker to truly harness core compute technology. The EX90 is an entry ticket to a wider ecosystem of services and features that can make your life easier, more enjoyable, and allow you to reap the full benefits of all electric. And I speak from experience. Just last week, I had the pleasure of hitting the road with the EX90.
It's the EX90's road trip, and we're all going to be custodians of that car. How do we literally drive it out of the factory and go from one side of the country to the other? The American landscape is there to be fully explored and fully enjoyed. And we don't get that many times now where you can just be lost in your own thoughts. A road trip is something that everybody should do. Let's just head west and stop where we're going to stop.
After this trip, I can tell you with confidence that the EX90 is the best car we have ever made. Driving it for 10 hours in various driving conditions, various road surfaces, really put it to a real-life test. And of course, it passed with flying colours. The charging, the reliability, the handling, the ride comfort, the silence of the cabin, the epic sound system, the technology and the feel of the user interface, everything is something that has driven us to the next level. And I have never driven a car quite like that. Let me introduce you to one of the most beloved cars Volvo has ever made. Updated and ready for a new era. The new, the most advanced, and the best ever XC90.
It's a car that is instantly recognizable in so many places around the world. And we know that people love the XC90 for its robust stance and confident expression. So we've stayed true to these qualities in this latest iteration, giving the car a new face, which is both pure XC90 and also echoes the design of our very latest cars, the EX90 and the EX30. The clearest manifestation of this philosophy is in the headlights, which give a new twist to our famous Thor's hammer signature. And perhaps most strikingly in a literal sense, we're taking the Volvo diagonal, which has always been around since the Jacob model of 1927, spreading it across the face of the car. In short, this could only be an XC90, but it's an XC90 for today and tomorrow, and much better than ever before. Much like its predecessors, the new XC90 gives you the option of carrying up to 7 people and to do so in supreme comfort. Likewise, it still has the option of one of the best-sounding audio systems ever found inside a car, with the Bowers & Wilkins high-fidelity audio system, which can faithfully replicate the sound of a stage, a concert hall, or a jazz club. And you probably know that annoying thing when you have a skinny drinks can rattling around in a cup holder twice its size? Well, that's no longer going to be a problem with our new 2+1 cup holder arrangement, which includes a smaller slot just for those times. There's also a new upholstery option called Navy Herringbone Weave, which is made from 100% recycled polyester. It's a contemporary take on the classic herringbone pattern, finished in a dark blue color inspired by Sweden's west coast.
XC90 is one of the safest cars on the road today. Thanks to our connected safety tech, the car can foresee dangerous situations on the road ahead with the help of cloud connections. If another car ahead of you detects hazards on the road, for example, slippery conditions, you will get a warning. This is just one example of how we are taking steps to achieve our ultimate ambition of zero collisions involving new Volvo cars. It's also more comfortable than ever before. The XC90 comes with a standard of clever new dampers, which mechanically adapt to the current road conditions. If you're driving, this gives you a confident and relaxed driving experience, and if you're a passenger, a softer ride. It monitors the car, the road, the driver 500 times per second to give you the best possible cornering control and truly luxurious ride. But what about the powertrain? The XC90 gives you a choice of a plug-in T8 and two mild petrol hybrid options, the B5 and the more powerful B6. These mild hybrids use our kinetic energy recovery systems, which give you up to 15% of fuel savings and emission reduction. In our plug-in hybrid form, the 18.8 kilowatt-hour triple-layer high-voltage battery, capable of up to 70 kilometers of electric-only driving.
The car's central screen is freestanding, 11.2 inches, and has a higher resolution, so it's crisper. Just like the EX90 and the EX30, we've updated the interface with access to common functions and quicker navigation to key areas. So broadly speaking, it takes fewer taps to get to the places that you use most often. And we're making it easier for you to get the most out of your electric powertrain. If you're a plug-in hybrid driver and you want to put it in a different mode, the driving mode selector is right there. If you're in the town center and want to switch to pure electric, it's just a tap away. So now the XC90 gets the same new experience that we've brought to the EX90 and the EX30. And this takes me to our next bit of news. We're going to make this experience available in all existing Volvo cars running the Android-based system. And in most markets, those are the cars with Google built in. That's almost 2.5 million existing customers that are going to get this new generation system, which we plan to deliver as an over-the-air update during 2025. And if you're eligible for the update, we'll be in touch soon. Since it's scalable, we've been able to adapt the experience to the 9-inch screen of those cars and getting all of the associated benefits to the customer at no additional cost. This is the hallmark of our strategy to improve the customer experience over time through software updates.
The EX90 is not just a new car. It is designed to be the safest and smartest Volvo ever made. Let's first take a look at how the EX90 sees the world. Powering this LiDAR technology is the EX90's brain, and it consists of the car industry's leading core compute system. Quarterbacked by an NVIDIA system on a chip and capable of many trillions operations per second. This core system orchestrates everything in the car, from core vehicle functionalities, energy management, and driver assistance, all the way to deep learning intensive operations such as LiDAR perception. Based on insight from how the cars are used and how they perform in the real world, the EX90 will offer a continuously better customer experience and can become even safer with time. As one of the first cars built on core computing technology, the EX90 represents a paradigm shift for our company and for the industry as a whole. We spent countless days and nights testing and pushing our new flagship to its limits. The EX90 has gone through intense testing to help ensure it works in all temperatures and climates, from the freezing cold of northern Sweden to the scorching hot Arizona desert, as well as all the sweeping corners of our test tracks here in West Sweden. We have placed the highest demands on our new flagship, making sure it works for real people in real life.
It seems I'm not the only one who truly loves this car. Volvo's iconic Scandinavian design, including high-definition pixel headlights, a true 7-seater with a trunk, elegant materials from natural, recycled, and responsible sources, smart air monitoring and air purification, a large panoramic roof, plus it's the quietest Volvo cabin to date, matching perfectly with Bowers & Wilkins high-fidelity sound system with 25 speakers. And as a world first in automotive, we are introducing the Abbey Road Studios mode in the EX90. This mode captures the unique sonic DNA of the legendary Abbey Road studio by making it possible to shape the sound experience inside EX90.
Today, we take a big step on our journey to electrification. The EX90 is on the road, and the first customers will be behind the wheel later this month. And the new XC90 is available to order starting today. But before we wrap, let's take one final look at those two giants. And if you look closely enough, you might just see another type of 90.